With me is the CEO of Simplicity Esports, Roman Franklin, to bring us an update on what's going on. Great to see you again.
Likewise, Shane. Thanks for having me back.
So let's start by discussing another month of record-setting revenue. So explain how that's all coming together for you.
That's right. So our CFO has been hard at work with the auditors for the past month to finalize the 10K and is still diligently working on that as we speak. And that was obviously for the period ended 5/31. But in the meantime, Simplicity set another record in June for monthly revenue generated by our esports gaming centers. What's most exciting for me about June's revenue is that the record was achieved while the majority of our corporate-owned gaming centers were still operating under capacity limitations. Obviously, it's because COVID-19 restrictions in certain states still exist, like California, Washington, and Oregon. But if we continue to see those restrictions lifted, it will allow us to serve more customers, which I expect to result in continued revenue growth, which is exciting. Yeah.
So, and you recently announced that you're also mining crypto as part of your gaming business. So explain how that works.
An esports company that mines cryptocurrency, yes. So it's interesting. One of the requirements of a great gaming PC is a top-performing graphics card. While we do primarily focus on esports and gaming, coincidentally, PCs that efficiently mine the cryptocurrency Ethereum also require the same top-performing graphics cards, that same hardware. So we have hundreds of gaming stations across our 33 locations. And through a partnership with one of our third-party software providers, we began in late June to participate in a mining pool by passively mining Ethereum when our PCs are not in use by customers, including in overnight periods. So essentially what that means is when they're not in use, the system automatically goes back and forth between mining Ethereum as well as allowing a customer to play a game on our system. At this point, the increase in energy expense has been nominal compared to the monthly mining revenue for us. So, our PCs have historically sat idle overnight, and there's something very attractive to me about the idea of increasing the monetization from each PC by having our machines working to produce financially for shareholders while we sleep.
Absolutely. No, and I had no idea that the Ethereum took the graphics card and all that. So that's a really interesting piece of information there. So, and I know you're trying to double the number of esports gaming centers by adding 30 locations over the next 18 months. So where does that stand?
That's right. So it's the plans are to increase our footprint by at least 30 locations over the next 18 to 24 months. Which is a fairly aggressive expansion. Those will all be corporate-owned locations. Our current corporate-owned footprint sits at 15 locations, so significant growth there. But we have great relationships with our existing landlord partners. That includes some of the largest mall owners in the country. We plan to significantly deepen those relationships with the increase in our footprint. They'll all be new percentage rent leases, and so we're excited about that. We discussed in our last segment, the percentage rent structure allows us to pay the landlord a percentage of gross sales instead of a large fixed rent obligation. So we like that flexibility that this structure provides as we continue to expand our footprint and maintain our position as the largest esports gaming center operator in North America.
Yeah, well, and I'm sure the malls love it too, as they look at kind of a changing shopping mix. And, so that makes a lot of sense for them too. So, and I see you're wearing a red and black jersey. So tell me about that. Is that a flamingo jersey or what is that?
It is. So this is affectionately known as the sacred mantle of flamingo. So tens of millions of fans worldwide cheer for the Flamingo brand and show their support for the red and black. There's no better insight into the power of the Flamingo brand than some recent news I saw. Flamingo was recently notified that it's the first professional sports team in the Americas to reach 1.5 billion interactions on Instagram. That's billion with a B. So think of all of the professional sports organizations that here in the U.S. or in South America, and Flamingo is the first to reach 1.5 billion interactions on Instagram. So in my opinion, we have the most passionate fans in the world. We strive to give them championship achievements and obviously work to do that within the esports segment. So we've compiled a great team of players and coaches on the League of Legends side one of our top level players actually is the first to make his way sort of full circle for us through our academy team, which is our development team, all the way up to the main roster. And so this is his first split playing against top tier talent on the main roster, and he's performing quite well in his position as a testament to the quality of our academy program and staff. So very exciting times for League of Legends and Flamingo Esports in general. The team currently is in first place in the region. Our record is 9 wins, 1 loss. We have aspirations of a league championship and hopefully a return to the League of Legends Worlds Finals later this year, which we last attended in 2019.
So, Roman, I understand you've applied for an uplisting to the NASDAQ. Where does that stand?
Well, first, I want to give a disclaimer and clearly state that there are no guarantees that a company will receive approval from NASDAQ to list its securities. And I can't really comment on process or timing, but I can confirm we have applied to list our stock on NASDAQ. And as a company, Simplicity recognizes that listing on a national exchange, such as NASDAQ Capital Markets, gives public companies like ours a more visible and accessible platform with which to reach the investing world. So all updates regarding the status of the application will be shared via public press release in the future.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, good luck on that as well. So thank you, Roman.
Great. And Jane, there's one other item I'd like to add on a side note, right? So even as we trade currently on OTCQB prior to a potential uplisting to a national exchange, as it sits today, Simplicity Sports and Gaming Company is the only publicly traded esports company in North America that has majority ownership of a League of Legends franchise. These franchises are limited in supply globally, but a franchise in the European region was recently acquired by Team BDS for more than $31 million. So I'm sure your viewers can do a quick Google search and start to come to their own conclusion about the value of a League of Legends franchise, which we own. And again, WINR is the only public way to participate or purchase equity in a company that owns a League of Legends franchise.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, thank you, Roman. I look forward to updates later on this summer.
Thank you.